Hey, so this is a reading for Aries. This is going to be for Aries placements anywhere from March the 14th, 15th, all the way till May the 14th, 15th, okay? So what I've been seeing is I've been looking at the natal chart for Aries, and right now, let's just say that you were born today on April the 19th. In Western astrology, they would say that Aries season ends today, Taurus season starts tomorrow. Western astrology is based off of the 4 zodiac signs, the seasons, I want to say, not the signs, the 4 seasons, where Vedic astrology is more based off of planetary alignment and stars. So typically Vedic astrology will tick your timeline backwards by 24 degrees, okay? So that's why I said if you were born anywhere between, March the 14th all the way up till May the 14th, this is for you, because depending on if you listen to Western astrology or Vedic astrology. So what I've been seeing is going on here is just to say that today you were born, and that would mean that there will be a stellium of planets which are currently there on the outer realms. You were born at this timeline into a clusterfuck of planets doing a bunch of business and taking care of business. It's time to take care of business, baby boss, okay? And what this might look like for you is, because it's landing in your 10th house, it would have to do with your legacy, your career, and your public image. What kind of image are you leaving behind? What kind of legacy are you leaving behind? And what does your career look like? And there could have been some confusion about that, maybe some push and pull. We've got, Mars, your leading planet there, ready to go in and, deal with business, take care of business as the emperor, as you need to do. But at the same time, there's this illusion that's been going on, an illusion in your friends group and your hopes fulfillments. Like, it feels like you're not meeting the friends you really want to meet. You're not making those career choices that are bringing the wish fulfillment. They're kind of, I feel like, maybe been a people-pleasing sort of thing. So, for an Aries, you have this passion, you're feeling fired up, but what's happening is that the illusions are being faded away. And there's no way you cannot see it. This feels like a sucker punch. And so, baby boss, you're the ones that are one here to take this sucker punch. Obviously, you were built for this train, and you're going to take the steed, and you're going to lead it, and you're going to lead us well, okay? So you are the leader of the packs, and so I'm here to encourage you to continue forward. And I want to clear up any confusion that you may have about why you feel like I'm an Aries, but I don't identify with an Aries completely. That's because of the Vedic versus the Western astrology, and you are this and that are true, by the way. But know that you are stepping into a season of the higher mindedness. Geminis are the twins. They say that this and that are true. They are the higher mindedness. It's about focus. It's about clarity. It's about truth. It's about conversation. Okay, but there's also an energy of trickster energy there that you have to be aware of in the underlying current. And so this is not that it's anybody's fault. It's just that we need to be tested and tried so that we are true. And that's why these things come up in our life. And that's the next 7 years. It's like, it feels like you've been busy building a career, building public image, building legacy, doing your thing, trying to find new friend groups, trying to find your wish fulfillment, trying to find your hopes, dreams. It still feels like you're trying, though. And it feels like now you're going to be moving into another air sign, which has this underlying current of developing discernment, because it's stepping into your 12th house. And so I was definitely seeing some of you Aries who are going to be astro traveling. And so that means maybe when you're sleeping in your dream states, you're being taken off into another place, another planet, another timeline, another realm. And it's because it's your spirit guides, and they're just coming in and they're trying to help guide you and navigate you. I don't want you to be fearful of it, and they don't want you to be fearful of it, but it is a very spiritual time. And like I said, I saw the sucker punch again. Who can take it? Who can take it? You can, Aries, because you're the baby boss. So this is what's going on with you. Now I will pull you a little bit of tarot for the Aries that are watching. Okay. These are for the babies that were born between now. You're very psychic. Pisces energy. 12th house. This is what I just said. You're stepping into a timeline of the next 7 years of the 12th house energy. 12th house energy is the psychic, the spiritual person that goes inward and doesn't tell all of their secrets. They keep them secrets to themselves. And if they know somebody else's other's business, that's because they've been given the rights to that person's energy. That person has allowed them on their free will to see inside their soul, to help for guidance. And that's what we're doing here, is that we are reaching out to people we can trust, soul leaders that will help us, guide us through these times of navigation. So you might need to reach out to have your natal chart done. Please do so. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy to navigate these waters, and that's why you do need spiritual gifts at this time, Aries. And I think that you have that as well, because Pisces being so close to your sister element. So what is the energies? Okay, so some of you are psychic, some of you have are opening up to your spiritual abilities at this time. The next 7 years you will be opening up to your spiritual abilities. And here comes out the Queen of Wands. This is you, Aries, stepping into your passion, your beauty, your charisma, your creativity, your action. You take action on what you see in the spirit realm. But Aries, it looks different this time. It looks a little bit like people might say to you, you look like you're stuck. Because Pisces energy lays low. It's like the whale that calls from the deeps of the water. It's a water sign. And you're a fire sign. And it's your neighbor, so you know how to work with this energy, okay? You guys can do this, okay? But you're going to have to use discernment about where to use your passion, where to use your flirt, where to use your creativity. I'm talking about all of that business. I'm talking about all of it. How to implement and use your spiritual gifts wisely. Because you know what? I do sense a sense of a manipulation underlying current with the trickster energy of the Geminis that we're going to be dealing with. And that's why I said we need good boundaries. This is more Leo energy. I'm a Leo, so I will allow it. Fellow fire sign. Cancerian placements closely behind in Vedic astrology. I could be this and that are true as well. Point of the matter is that you need to protect your energy. You need to protect those that you love. There is a little kitty cat here, and this kitty cat feels threatened, and the kitty cat needs to feel safe too. So it's not just about you, boo. It's about everybody feeling safe and protected at this time. So they're saying in your foundation you need stronger boundaries, Aries. There's a lot of fingers that want to point at you because you're baby boss. You know, you're in charge. But yeah, you know, as soon as I said baby boss, what comes out? The Ace of Pentacles. In your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to move. I'm making a move. I'm making a move that's going to make us a lot of money. I've got my staff in my hand. I'm not afraid to clean shit up. I'm not afraid to stand in my power. I see exactly where I'm going with this. And this looks like career choices. 10th house energy. But somehow it's going to be mixed and mingled with some spirituality business too. And so there are some things you need to learn. There are lessons to learn about the past. That is the Page of Pentacles. That is a person that is young and youthful, and they're just learning how to set off on their own path, and they're not afraid to do so. They're willing to do the work, but they're also mapping out their plans. And so that's you. That's where you've been. You've been trying to navigate through these waters. They feel like choppy waters, you know, to be honest with you. But again, remember, you're moving into clarity at this time. So a lot of fire and a lot of air energy together can create a firestorm. So let's just use this knowledge wisely, okay? I'm here to help you because there will be temptation. I'm hearing there will be a temptation. So what does that look like coming into our future? There's lessons that need to be implemented from the past. Hi, Angel. There's lessons that need to be implemented from the past, right? Yes, they are. See, Angel, so she knows. All right, so the lessons that need to be implemented from the past is about the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is air energy. So you could have had a lot of arguments about debating the mental mind, knowledge, power, you know, who's right, who's wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. No, you put too much salt on the steak, or no, we didn't put enough pepper on the steak. It's like everybody just wants to win because of their own ego, because they all want to be correct. They all want to be right. So that is the potential of what could be coming into your future, is wanting to be correct, wanting to be right. My ideas are the way. My ideas are the right way. This is also a form of self-sabotage, because you can always want to be right in your own mind at all times, and then you close yourself off to learning, baby boss. Magician, you are the magician of your life. Magicians here willing to work with you. That is the situation. You have the High Priestess as the heart of your reading, crossed by the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire, which is you. Your foundation is telling you need to have stronger boundaries, healthier boundaries. And your mind is telling you there's something new coming towards you, something solid, a new foundation. You could be moving. You could be building a new home. You could be just planting new seeds in new places that will grow and sustain. But there are lessons that you need to remember from the past. And then there seems to be some sort of lessons that some of us are not wanting to implement completely. Because why would that be? There's a Miss Kitty that stalks my dog. Just kind of like that. Like, they're learning how to figure it out. I think they're both Aries, to be honest with you. I don't know. But there's drama. They both want to win at all costs. Everybody wants to be right. This is my property. This is my space. This is me, 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 me. Well, this is where we get down to the me versus the we energy. And that's where Libra is going to come out in this reading really soon. You see, I've got this deck of cards here, and these stack here wants to pull out Libra. Three of Swords. This could end in the Three of Swords. Heartbreak, heartache, writing in your journal, writing down all your truths about all the time and the energy that you invested and the money you put into this thing, and you still don't have what you're looking for. And this is you, boo. This is what you look for. This is what you're looking like. Hats are off. There goes Kitty. Look at her. I'm serious. This is a cat and a dog war right now. The fact that she just walked right between us all and we had peace of mind. Maybe we're at peace. Maybe hats off to you guys all. It's been hard. Three of Swords. It's been difficult. Seven of Pentacles. You've been sowing a lot of seeds, money, time, and energy and effort. Hats off. You're like, you know what? I think it's almost like, salute. Hats off to you. That's how you're looking. Like, you're ready to be done with the heartbreak. Like, you feel like you've learned a lot of lessons. But here's the situation, Aries. We're including a 2-month timeline. March the 14th to May the 14th. This includes the Western and the Eastern astrology. You are all connected. You are all one. You're all wise if you listen to each other at this time. Alright, so you look like you're done with the heartache. You've learned all the lessons that you need, and you're ready to release. I don't know that. So let's talk about your challenge. Oh God. What do I do? I'm not going to do it. But you just turned over the Death card and a bunch of other cards underneath it, which tells me that you have a lot of unresolved energy, Aries. It's fine. I'm here. Let's see if I can do it. I'm doing it. Let me see. I'll try. Nanu. It's like nanu. It's pretty hard to do. It's pretty hard to do, y'all. Look, it's hard. Nanu. Off with your hats, off with your heads, whatever it is. Lessons have to be learned. They have to be learned. And sometimes you're the one that has to teach that lesson. And the final outcome of your reading is the Page of Cups, which is interesting. Because we talked about how you are ending up in your 12th house energy for the next 7 years. If you're an Aries, it's all about your paintings, your creativity, your innocence, your childlike nature. How you are able to return to being the baby boss, Page of Cups. Which means that Pisces and Aries energies are not very separate from each other. They're actually much more alike than you would think. And since the heart of the reading starts with the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy, this is you using your spiritual gifts, but also trying again, like being willing to learn and have an open mind, being vulnerable enough to create, childlike enough to have childlike faith again, Aries. Because you're in choices of consequences, the right choices. It's up to you. The next 7 years. And you know, if you make a lot of structural choices that are based off of love, guess what comes in next? Home and hearth and family. You might be having babies in the next 7 years, getting married, creating those new family line timelines. But I do know that structurally, family timelines are being kind of split a little bit. So I'm going to close out your reading with the Akashic Records. I do know that I have not been online for a long time. My husband actually encouraged me to get back online again. Yeah, he did. Page of Cups. A lesson and learning again about creativity, gentleness, kindness. There is some naivety there, but you know, just because of the Fool doesn't mean you have to be a fool. It's like you're a fool for lessons that you've already learned, but you chose to not incorporate. So you are willing to entertain those lessons again because you know that you chose not to learn those lessons. So Aries is getting a second chance in looking at those things again. So what do you have for us from the Akashic Records for Aries? Apparently the Aries are super duper 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 important right now. They're also the ending and the beginning. Alright, so I'm just going to say I am that I am. Whatever wants to come up for Aries, I'm going to close your reading. I hope you feel encouraged. It feels very chaotic, and you saw how the cards just went fucking nuts. I'm only going to take the cards that turned up right. There was only 2. Because I'm still looking at you that are looking at past mistakes with healthy boundaries. And here you are. You're tapping into your spiritual gifts. Willing to try again. You're ready to move, but now you feel innocent again. Now you feel innocent about what you're building. Does that make sense? Strategy and planning is your message. Your actions have taken you to a new phase in your spiritual evolution. Now is the time to plan and strategize for the highest possible outcome. All right, you guys. Strategy and planning. That's very much what it feels like. And it feels like it's going to be over the next 7 years because Uranus comes in to bring in surprises. Uranus takes 7 years to move through a sign. So, 14 years ago, Uranus was in your sign. And it was there giving you all kinds of inspiration. And then it moved into your neighbor's house next door, which said, well, is this really solid? Is it foundational? This cat, y'all, she's... Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure there's no dog and cat wars because they're like right next to each other. So you had to look at your illusions around stability, illusions around traditions, illusions around foundations, illusion about doctrine, like hierarchy, teachers, illusions about all of this stuff that do not align with who you truly are. Here's the beautiful thing. The next phase is the next 7 years, you get to use your mind, Aries. You get to have an imagination. It's not really all about you. It's kind of about you. This is going to sound really weird to say, but Geminis are known to be the twins. They are the zodiac sign that are known as the twins and the tricksters. So you might find yourself challenging yourself between this and that are true. Because right now you're trying to weigh out what you can actually stand on. Because you're fire. But then you've been forced to put yourself to hard labor to get structure and stability. Now some of that burden is going to be released. You're going to feel way lighter. The energy is going to move really quickly for you. I mean, if 7 years sounds like forever, it's not. It's going to move very fast for you. What comes next is creativity, playfulness, abundance. So depending on where you are on this timeline, you do need strategy, you need planning. Expect for surprises concerning love and choices in love. You could have a lot of sudden things come forth that are secretive, that have been hidden. So we've been here for 22 minutes. I'm going to close your reading. I haven't been here with you for a long time, and I know because why? I've been gardening, and I actually think I want to say I broke my thumb, but I don't think I broke my thumb. I think I really strained it because I can't really hardly shuffle cards with my thumb. And who would have thought how much a thumb would be important? Like maybe somebody's hitchhiking and they can't anymore. No more hitchhiking. Because I've been building up this foundation where I don't have to hitch a thumb anymore. So, take it as it resonates, Aries. We're in the fire horse season of Sagittarius, and you're a fire sign, and I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius rising. Have a Leo moon? No, I don't. I'm a Leo sun. Depends on who you talk to. Western or Vedic astrology, because I'm both. I'm a Cancerian, and I'm a Leo.